Governor Fubara transmits letter of budget presentation to Rivers State House of Assembly. Unnecessary criticism, a distraction to governance. Minister of Information and National Orientation tells opposition political parties.
We are coming together to collaborate with the government today. I will tell you that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu being a Democrat himself.
And World Health Organization donates consumables to boost nutrition and health services in Borno State. Hello and many thanks for joining us on the news desk at 6 on NTN News 24. I am Chinenye Nwoye. And we'll begin with this report just reaching us, which says that the appeal court has halted the reinstatement of Sanusi Lamido Sanusi as Emir of Kano as it awaits Supreme Court verdict. But we'll bring you details of this report in our subsequent bulletins. The Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara has transmitted a letter for presentation of the 2025 budget to the Rivers State House of Assembly in compliance to the Supreme Court judgment. The letter, personally signed by the governor and addressed to the Speaker, Rivers State House of Assembly, Martin Amaule, recalled the failed attempt of Wednesday, March 12, 2025, where he could not gain access to the Assembly premises for the exercise, while recalling the 48-hour ultimatum issued by the Assembly requesting the budget presentation even before being served the certified true copy of the Supreme Court judgment and accompanying enrolled orders. The governor stated his willingness to present the 2025 budget to the Assembly on Wednesday, March 19, 2025, or any other date within March, as the Speaker may consider convenient. The letter stressed the need to put the interest of the people first, emphasizing the need to comply with the rule of law towards ending the lingering stalemate and advance the progress of the state. The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, has advised opposition political parties in Nigeria to shun unnecessary criticism capable of distracting governance. While playing host to the national leadership of the Inter-Party Advisory Council, IPAC, he reaffirmed that President Tinubu still maintains his status as a Democrat and proponent of a healthy democratic nation. Salihu Abdullahi Gwanara reports.
In their quest to build on the gains of the nation's 25 years of democracy, IPAC, a group of Nigerians from across the political parties, are intensifying efforts to get the commitment of stakeholders to key into its proposed documentary project aimed to promote national unity and uplift the nation's political history.
This project aims to tell our story to the younger generation, particularly Gen Z, through the powerful medium of film. It will serve as an educational resource, a unifying force, and a reminder of the importance of democracy in shaping Nigeria's progress.
This development, the government spokesperson agreed, is in line with ongoing efforts towards a national rebirth.
And so we feel happy that all of you are not just coming together to oppose the government of the day. You are coming together to collaborate with the government of the day. I will tell you that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, being a Democrat himself, respects healthy competition, because that is what allows democracy to grow. But he also recognizes the need for us to also come together as a people for the purpose of growing our own nation. Without peace, without tranquility, without unity, without us all coming together, there will be no nation for us in the first place. And if we don't have a Nigeria, a stable Nigeria, we cannot have any political party.
Leadership of the Inter-Party Advisory Council is assured of the ministry's support as the nation's image promoter. In Abuja, Salihu Abdullahi Gwanara, NTA News.
The 43rd ECOWAS Chiefs of Defense Staff meeting ends in Abuja with a strong commitment to combat terrorism and other transborder crimes. Chairman of the committee and Nigeria's Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, says the platform provides avenue to critically examine resolutions of the last meeting and prescribe measures to combat emerging regional security threats. State for Defense Bello Mohammed enjoins ECOWAS Chiefs of Defense Staff to strengthen military collaboration, intelligence sharing and capacity building to safeguard the region and its people. He was speaking during an event organized by the Defense Headquarters for the 43rd Ordinary ECOWAS Committee of Chiefs of Defense Staff in Abuja. The Chief of Defense Staff says the prevailing security challenges facing the sub-region require collaborative efforts of all the affected countries to build a safer and prosperous West Africa. National Park Service and the Center for the Control of Small Arms and Light Weapons are forging an alliance that will bet a united front against the proliferation of small and light arms in Nigeria. The two agencies, during a meeting at the National Park Service in Abuja, laid bare the urgent need for a coordinated response in the vast, verdant expanses of Nigeria's forests and national parks used by the criminals. Charles Alpha reports.
Once considered sanctuaries of biodiversity have now become silent battlegrounds in the nation's struggle to arrest the problem of smuggling and illegal flow of weapons that threaten both wildlife and human security. Director General of the Center for the Control of Small Arms and Light Weapons, Johnson Babatunde Kokumo, bearing this in mind, led a team to the National Park Service headquarters in Abuja in search of collaboration. Intelligence, he told the Conservator General of Park, indicates that Nigeria's vast forests have become the preferred routes for arms smugglers exploiting the very borders they are tasked to protect.
And we have equally identified forest routes. And that is why we are here, to collaborate efforts to fight the criminal elements.
Conservator General of Park Service, Ibrahim Goni, on his part, identified inadequate firearms as one of the challenges park rangers are confronted with in an attempt to combat the problems of logging, illegal mining activities, banditry, and insurgency.
I want to request that the office of the NSA looks into the issue of strengthening the national parks by way of providing more ammunition.
The National Park Service was of the view that desks for arm-bearing agencies in the Office of the National Security Advisor be set up for easy communication. Charles Alpha, NTA News.
The Nigeria Police Force and the Voice of Nigeria, VON, are synergizing to enhance efforts to combat the proliferation of fake news and disinformation in the country's public discourse. This was manifest at a meeting between the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetogun, and the Director General of VON, Jibrin Babandache, along with his management team, held at the force headquarters in Abuja. Chukunonso Nwabueze reports.
Voice of Nigeria, Jibrin Babandache, while pledging VON's support in engaging the public through its various platforms to spread factual information as well as clarify misconceptions about the activities of the Nigerian police, underscored the critical role of responsible information sharing in maintaining national security and unity.
At the Voice of Nigeria, we will be in the lead in letting the world know the good work that the Nigerian police is doing. And also on behalf of management staff, to commend you, sir, and the team and the entire Nigerian police for your dedication to securing our own country when we go to sleep.
The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetogun, on his part, reaffirmed the commitment of the Nigerian police in upholding free and independent press in a democratic society, but decried the spread of misinformation to damage Nigerian institutions and to project the country negatively to the global community.
I'm happy with the efforts Voice of Nigeria is making to combat the scourge of fake news, misinformation about Nigeria and about Nigerians. We're open to suggestions. We're open to feedback on how we can better improve our services to the Nigerian people.
The IGP acknowledged that the visit by VOM management has kick-started an enduring synergy and partnership between the agency and the force, especially with regard to providing accurate and timely information to members of the public on the affairs of the Nigerian police. Chukwunonso Nwabueze, NTN News.
Hope came, wrapped in kindness, at the Suleja Medium Custodial Center as the Nigerian Correctional Officers' Wives Association, NICOWA President Victoria Nwakuche, urged inmates to embrace rehabilitation and turn their lives around. Marking International Women's Month, she did not just speak, she acted. In the spirit of Ramadan and Lent, she brought gifts and a message. Time behind bars can be a stepping stone, not a dead end. She also urged officers to treat inmates with empathy.
I know that the staff here are doing their best, but it's just to encourage them. Keep doing your best, keep helping them, and keep encouraging them. And I know that all will be well.
She promised to help pay some fines to decongest the facility following appeal by older inmates.
Personally, want to get the details of those that are waiting trials and those that have fines to pay, and then we can see what we can do about that.
As the visit wrapped up, the atmosphere said it all. Hope had walked through the gates, reminding inmates that a second chance is always within reach. The news desk at 6 is reaching you on NTA News 24. We'll take a break here. We'll have more reports when we return. Do stay.
Bafi and enjoy up to 40% off on selected products from living room, dining room, bedroom, and royal sets. Pay less, save more, and refresh your home for iftar gatherings and cherished moments with family and friends. Visit our showrooms in Abuja, Lagos, Kano, and Enugu, or shop online to enjoy our exclusive Ramadan sale. Let's make this Ramadan unforgettable.
Many thanks for staying on. Nigeria is a work in progress that is poised to make a huge difference under the current administration, especially with critical external support. Nigeria's First Lady, Oluremi Tinubu, stated this while granting audience to spouses of heads of missions to Nigeria in her office. State House correspondent Adeniyi Taiwo reports.
Wife of the Israeli ambassador to Nigeria, Sigalit Freeman, led 2 other members of the Association of Spouses of Heads of Mission to the office of Nigeria's First Lady, Oluremi Tinubu, for the visit.
We are seeing what you are doing for your people.
Well aware of our interest in promoting the well-being of vulnerable groups in the country, the group is in our office to bring her up to speed on its activities and seek ways of collaboration.
And this year, we decided to choose NGO that focusing on education. And we hope that together with you, First Lady, we can fulfill our mission in our group and to try to do our best to bring education to all the kids in Nigeria.
Have you heard about Amajiri?
Applauding the group for using its platform to raise resources for training female educators and bringing education into underserved communities across the country, the First Lady was quick in pointing their attention to the Almajiri and out-of-school children's situation in the country.
It's quite daunting. The challenge is quite daunting, but we are doing whatever we can, also looking for assistance in, wherever we can get from. And, it looks quite promising. I have an appointment later in the year with another organization who I believe they can help with this children who are seeking for Islamic education, and their own situation is like the type of education we're planning and proposing for them is to be like a boarding school.
Promising partnership with the group The first lady says more should be done to address the challenges of the weak in the society.
Social security is very top-notch. I'm not an American, but I learned from the system, and I knew that is something we should have. We are going to set certain things in motion, set the foundation of other things that we believe that other governments, even when we are done here, that because even if we have 8 years, it's not enough to do whatever we want to do, but still we want to leave some foundation that will be solid.
As the first major step towards achieving its plans, the group is set to host a gala night to raise resources for its project. In the State House, Adini Itaiwo, NTA News.
World Health Organization (WHO) has made a significant donation of essential medical supplies to Borno State, Nigeria, to support the scaling up of nutrition and health services, particularly in flood-affected areas. WHO Acting Emergency Manager for Northeast, Komshida Yakubu Balami, said the donated items are specifically designed to support health facilities in targeting malnutrition in response to the pressing health needs in Borno State, where malnutrition is a significant concern. Commissioner of Health, Professor Baba Malam Gana, emphasized that malnutrition can be triggered by infections and insurgency, and if left untreated, can severely impact children's development and mental growth, and expressed gratitude to WHO for its unabated support, particularly during the flood disaster in September. Jigawa State Government and the United Nations Children's Emergency Fund, UNICEF, have signed an ambitious multi-year work plan aimed at improving key sectors, including health, education, child protection, and social welfare. Mohamed Musa Askira reports that the agreement is said to have underscored a shared commitment to enhancing the quality of life for residents, particularly children, by prioritizing critical investments in human development.
The event, held at the council chambers of the Government House, brought together top government officials and UNICEF representatives. Speaking at the event, UNICEF Chief Field Officer for Kano, Rahama Rihud Farah Mohammed, emphasized the moral and social necessity of investing in children. He stated that addressing social protection challenges, child poverty, and other forms of deprivation require a dedicated and strategic approach to address. Governor Umar Namadi reaffirmed his administration's commitments to ensuring that every child in Jigawa State is protected, empowered, and given the opportunity to thrive. He stressed that government will continue implementing result-oriented programs to accelerate development and create a brighter future for the younger generation. As part of the initiative, the Jigawa State government and UNICEF have earmarked about 140 billion naira to fund a key project across the ministries of education, health, social protection, and good governance.
The children of Jigawa State are the future of this great nation. And investing in their well-being is not only a moral imperative, but also a strategic decision.
We will continue to ensure that the rights of our children everywhere are protected, safeguarded against all forms of abuse. And we will strive to maximize environmental and social impact, while being proactive in mitigating any unintended consequence of the program implementation.
These investments, stakeholders say, are expected to drive long-term transformation by strengthening critical infrastructure, improving service delivery, and expanding access to essential social services. The collaboration between Jigawa State and UNICEF, according to stakeholders, marks a significant step towards a more inclusive and sustainable development model, ensuring that children and vulnerable populations receive the support they need to lead healthier and more productive lives. From Duty, Muhammad Musa Askira, NTA News.
The Minister of Labour and Employment, Mohammed Megari Dingyadi, has inaugurated the newly appointed chairman and members of the board of the Nigerian Social Insurance Trust Fund. He observed that the inauguration marks a significant step in repositioning workers' compensation management for more efficiency. Ignatius Nkwo reports.
The Nigerian Social Insurance Trust Fund plays a critical role in ensuring the protection and welfare of workers in line with the Employees Protection Act. As part of efforts to strengthen the mandate of the fund, the Minister of Labour and Employment has inaugurated the new 11-member board. He expressed confidence in the ability of the new leadership to reshape the fund for better service delivery, ensuring timely and effective compensation for workers in cases of injury.
I expect you all to actively participate in strategic planning, policy development, and outright and oversight of all organizations concerning the fund.
The board, with Shola Olofin as chairman, is expected to work towards achieving social justice for workers while upholding the provisions of Section 17, subsection 3C of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
We must reposition the fund as a globally recognized social security institution that is trusted by employers, employees, and the general public.
With this inauguration, expectations are high that the Nigerian Social Insurance Trust Fund will be repositioned to deliver on its core mandate. Ignatius Nkwo, NTA News.
This is the news desk at 6 on NTA News 24. Let's take another look at our top stories. Governor Fubara transmits letter of budget presentation to Rivers State House of Assembly. Unnecessary criticism, a distraction to governance. Minister of Information and National Orientation tells opposition political parties.
We are coming together to collaborate with the government of the day. I will tell you that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu being a Democrat himself.
And World Health Organization donates consumables to boost nutrition and health services in Borno State.
This is NTA News 24.
It's glad to know you're still there. Plateau State government can now regulate electricity market within its jurisdiction following transfer of regulatory oversight to the state by the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission. The Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission therefore directs JOS Electricity Distribution Company to incorporate a subsidiary to assume responsibilities for intrastate supply and distribution of electricity in Plateau State. All processes are expected to be completed within 60 days from 12th March 2025. NEC says all transfers envisaged by the order shall be completed by 12th September 2025. This brings to 12 number of states in the country that have established their electricity market. Now, imagine being a student of a tertiary institution and you cannot afford your tuition when it matters the most. This is the story of a 400-level medical student of Edo University, Iyamu. Olayinka Ojo in this report tells us the story of a student whose dream of becoming a medical doctor is gradually becoming a reality.
One of the present political administration's campaigns is to institute student loan scheme to enable Nigerians seeking tertiary education achieve their aspirations.
There will be student loan if you cannot finance yourself.
To deliver on the promises made, President Tinubu on the 3rd of April 2024 signed it into law. The scheme is to break financial barriers associated with accessing higher education for indigent students. Today, hundreds of thousands of students have been benefited and many will still benefit from the scheme. Worried over how she would pay her tuition fee as it rose from a little above 1 million naira to more than 3.2 million naira, these 400-level students had doubts about the initiative.
We actually believe about it, but I just felt that it's not really something that I really saw happening, coming to pass again.
Emanuela Afuegba, who hails from Delta State, is a 400-level medical student at the Edo University and the last daughter in a family of 5. She is one among hundreds of thousands who have benefited from the scheme.
It has been a big relief for me and my family, especially in the sense that medicine is a very, very expensive course in my school. I have peace of mind when I'm reading because my school fees has been paid in full.
To make many who do not believe in the scheme believe that the loan is interest-free and students who want to apply do not have to know anyone in high places. This happened.
Have you met anybody from NELFund? But you're getting the loan from us.
Managing Director NELFund gave insights into questions around what, who, how, when, and why in relation to the students' loan scheme and what makes it different from other types of loans.
If you take a loan to buy a car, the car can be repossessed and can be taken away from you. If you take a loan to build a house, the house can be taken away from you. So if you're going to take a loan for anything, it has to be education. If you miss this opportunity, it's one that will affect generations in families.
We are going to collaborate with you for a very aggressive sensitization to ensure that almost all the students of Edo State benefit from this laudable initiative.
The sensitization climaxed with the stakeholders' engagement between NELFund and different groups from the 3 senatorial districts of Edo State, with a pledge that they would ensure their students also apply so as to benefit, like Emanuela. Olainka Ojo, NTA News.
And that's the news desk at 6 on NTA News 24. Many thanks for watching. I am Chinenye Nwoye.